Hey there. Welcome back to English Unveiled. I'm Elena. Today, I want to tell you something that might sound a little shocking. If you feel tired, stuck, and frustrated with your English, it might be because you are studying too much. Yes, too much. Maybe you read for hours. Maybe you watch many videos. Maybe you follow 10 Instagram pages, 5 YouTube channels, and you have 3 English apps on your phone. But still, your speaking does not improve. You still feel shy, you still forget words when you need them, you still feel that English is there and you are here. If this feels true for you, I want you to know you are not lazy, you are not stupid, you are not broken. Your problem is not a lack of effort. Your problem is what I call input overload. Too much going in, not enough coming out. Today, we are going to fix that. We are going to reset your English routine, not by adding more, but by doing less in a smarter way. By the end of this episode, you will have a simple plan to study less, feel better, and finally see real progress. Stop studying so much and start learning better. Let's begin. Let's talk about why studying more and more can actually make you worse. I want you to imagine a sponge. A sponge is that soft thing you use in the kitchen to clean dishes. When a sponge is dry, it can easily absorb water. You pour water on it, and it drinks everything. But when the sponge is already full, if you pour more water, what happens? The water just slides off. Nothing goes in. Your brain is like that sponge. When you watch videos all day, read many texts, and keep adding new words, your brain becomes saturated. Saturated means already full. There is no more space. At that point, more input does not help. It just makes you tired. You start to feel heavy, confused, and sometimes even guilty. You think, I studied so much. Why am I still not fluent? There's another problem. When you always consume, but you almost never use the language, your brain gets used to a passive role. Passive means you only receive. You don't produce. You understand a lot, but you cannot speak. You are training your brain to be a listener, not a speaker. You are training your brain to sit in the back of the classroom, not to stand up and answer. So here is the honest truth. If you are always tired, always overwhelmed, always switching from one resource to another, you don't need more English. You need less. Less input. More focus. More repetition. More active use of the language you already have. Today, I want to give you a new rule for your English life. Less, but deeper. We are going to replace study more with go deeper with less. And I will show you exactly how to do it. Let's make a new agreement, just between you and me. From now on, your English will follow one simple rule. Less, but deeper. What does that mean? It means fewer videos, fewer books, fewer apps, but more repetition, attention, and real use of what you learn. Deep learning is different from quick learning. Quick learning feels exciting for one day and then disappears. Deep learning feels quieter, but it stays with you. Deep learning happens when you focus on one small thing at a time, repeat it many times, connect it to your real life, and come back to it on another day. This is how your brain moves information from short-term memory to long-term memory. Short-term memory is like a whiteboard. You write something and it can be erased easily. Long-term memory is like carving in stone. It stays forever. So, if you want real progress, you don't need 100 new words today. You need maybe 5 words or phrases that you truly understand, feel, and can use. Now, how do we do this in practice? We're going to build a new kind of study session, a smart, small, focused session that fits in 15 minutes. I like to call it your Smart 15. 15 minutes that actually move you forward. Let's build it together. Your Smart 15 is a short, daily session with 3 simple parts. Warm up your brain, go deep on one small thing, and close with active use and review. You don't need more than 15 minutes. Of course, if you want to do more, you can. But the rule is, even on a busy day, you do at least your Smart 15. Let's look at each part. Part 1. Warm up. 3 minutes. For 3 minutes, you just wake up your English mind. You can read a very short, easy paragraph, or re-listen to 30 seconds of a podcast you already know, or quickly shadow a few sentences. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and speak at the same time as the speaker, like an echo. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to tell your brain, hey, we are in English mode now. Part 2. Go deep on one small element. 8 minutes. This is the heart of your session. You choose one thing, just one. It could be one phrase, one short dialogue, one mini story, or one short transcript from this podcast. You do not move fast. You go slow and deep. You can listen to it several times, notice the rhythm, repeat the sentences out loud, maybe write them once, and try to say them without looking. Instead of learning many new things once, you are learning one thing many times. This is where real change happens. Part 3. Active use and review. 4 minutes. Now you take that small element and bring it into your real life. You can use the phrase in a new sentence about your day, record a short voice memo using the new language, or write 2 or 3 simple sentences using the phrase or structure. At the end, you quickly review what you did. What did I focus on today? What did I understand clearly? What do I want to repeat tomorrow? That's it. 3 minutes to warm up, 8 minutes to go deep, 4 minutes to use and review. This is not complicated, but if you do this almost every day, it is extremely powerful. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Elena, that sounds nice, but how do I decide what to use? There is so much content, I get lost. You are right. That is the next problem we need to fix. Let's be honest, the internet is a jungle of English content. There are podcasts, shorts, reels, lessons, live streams, and more. It is easy to open YouTube or Instagram and think I'm studying. But actually, you are just scrolling. Scrolling feels like learning, but most of the time, it is not deep learning. It is like eating small pieces of candy all day. Sweet, but not healthy. So we need a new rule for content. Choose very few things and stay with them longer. Here is a simple system you can use. Choose one main listening source for this week. For example, this podcast or one other channel that you trust. Choose one short text for this week. It could be a short story, a dialogue, or a transcript of one episode. That's it. One listening source, one text for 1 week. During your Smart 15, you keep coming back to these same materials. You listen again, you read again, you repeat again. You can focus on pronunciation one day, new words another day, shadowing another day, and speaking from memory on another day. You are not changing the material. You are changing your angle. This is how you turn one small piece of content into a full week of deep practice. Now, I want to show you how shadowing and recall can work inside this system, because if you use them correctly, they can double your progress even if you study less time. Many learners use shadowing in the wrong way. They think, I'll just repeat fast, many times. That will make me fluent. But if you shadow too fast without attention, your mouth moves, but your brain stays asleep. We want both your mouth and your mind to be awake. So, here is a simple way to use shadowing and recall together. You can think of it as a small loop with 4 steps. Listen, shadow, pause and recall, speak freely. Let's go through them. Step 1, listen. First, just listen to 1 or 2 short sentences. No need to speak yet. Just listen and notice the rhythm, the stress, which words are strong, and the feeling of the sentence. Step 2, shadow. Now play the same sentences again, and this time speak together with the audio. You do not need to be perfect. You are just trying to copy the melody. Step 3, pause and recall. Now, you pause the audio. Try to say the same sentences again without listening. If you forget one word, that's okay. You can check and try again. This step, recall, is where your brain really works. Recall means trying to remember something without looking. It is like lifting a weight at the gym. Step 4, speak freely. Finally, use the new sentence in a new way. For example, if the original was, I'm working on my English today, you can say, I'm working on my confidence today. I'm working on my pronunciation this week. You are using the same pattern, but with your own ideas. If you repeat this loop with just a few sentences each day, you will feel your speaking become more natural, more automatic, and more confident. So, now we have your Smart 15, a small amount of content, and a clear shadowing plus recall loop. But I want to do one more thing with you. I want to guide you through a mini session right now inside this episode. If you want, you can shadow me during this part. You can also just listen first and repeat later. Ready? Let's do a live practice together. If you can, find a comfortable place. You don't need a notebook right now. Just your ears, your mind, and maybe your voice. We'll do a short version of your Smart 15 together. Step 1. Warm up. First, I'll say a few simple sentences. You can repeat them after me if you want. I'll speak, then pause. You repeat during the silence. I am here, and I am learning. I don't need to be perfect. Small steps are enough today. Good. Now your English mind is awake. Step 2. Go deep on one small thing. We will use one simple sentence as our focus. I learn better when I slow down. First, just listen. I learn better when I slow down. Now repeat after me. I learn better when I slow down. Again. I learn better when I slow down. Now let's play with the rhythm. I'll say it more slowly. I learn better when I slow down. And now a little faster, more natural. I learn better when I slow down. Good. Now I want you to try to say it without my help. I'll stay quiet for a moment. You say the sentence in your mind, or out loud if you can. Excellent. Now let's connect this sentence to your real life. I'll ask a question. When do you need to slow down in your English? Maybe you think, when I read, when I watch videos, when I do exercises. You can quietly answer in your own words, in English if possible. Step 3. Active use. Now let's build a new sentence using the same pattern. I learned better when I... How would you finish it for yourself? Maybe, I learn better when I write things by hand. I learn better when I say things out loud. I learn better when I sleep enough. Choose one. Create your own sentence. Say it now. Beautiful. You just did a complete cycle. You listened, you repeated, you recalled, and you used the pattern in your own way. This is what deep learning looks like. It is not about speed. It is about connection. Now let's zoom out and talk about how to use all of this in your week. I want to invite you to do a 7-day reset with me. For the next 7 days, you will not study more, you will study smarter. Here is the plan. Rule 1. One main source. For 7 days, choose one main listening source. It could be this podcast or another clear, slow channel you trust. Do not change it every day. Rule 2. One short text. Choose one transcript or short text. Use it again and again. Read it, listen to it, shadow it, and speak from it. Rule 3. Your daily SMART 15. Every day, do your 15-minute session. 3 minutes to warm up, 8 minutes of deep focus on one small element, 4 minutes to use and review. Rule 4. No guilt if you do only 15 minutes. If you do just your SMART 15, that day is a success. You don't need 3 hours. You need consistency. Consistency means doing a small thing again and again, over time. Rule 5. 1 day for reflection. On day 7, spend part of your session just thinking about your week. Ask yourself, what felt good? What felt heavy? What helped me remember? What was just noise? This reflection will teach you more about how you learn best than any textbook. Now, I want to give you one more important message. I know you care about your English. If you are listening to this, it means you are serious. You want to grow. You want to understand the world. You want to express your ideas, feelings, and dreams in another language. That is beautiful. But I also know something else. Many of you are tired. You feel like you are always chasing English, but never catching it. So today, I want you to give yourself permission to stop chasing and start building. To stop stuffing your brain with more and start going deeper with less. Remember this sentence. If I study less but deeper, I will learn more. If you want, you can repeat it with me. I will study less but deeper, and I will learn more. Your value is not measured by how many hours you sit in front of a screen. Your progress is not measured by how tired you are. Your progress is measured by how clearly you can use what you know, how confident you feel when you speak, and how connected you feel to the language. So here's my invitation. For the next 7 days, try the SMART reset. Use your SMART 15. Choose less content, go deeper, and watch what happens. If you want to make this even more powerful, share your plan in the comments. You can write something like, "My SMART 15 plan. I will use episode 15 as my main listening and one transcript as my text." Writing your plan makes it real, and you might inspire someone else to join you. Thank you for learning with me today. Thank you for caring about your English in such a deep way. Remember, clarity is a skill you can build. Practice smart, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode.